Hello, everyone. How are you doing this fine afternoon of Super Mario Bros. 3? Going for randomized stuff here. We've got BuzzThunder versus MaCobra from Group A. This is actually 4-0 for BuzzThunder here versus the champion from the last time, MaCobra. It's going to be pretty good fun. So, we have two games here. The first one is going to be with our Tony Group 1 flag, which is our vanilla world stages, but the world layouts are all different. So that should be pretty good. So we can immediately see the difference with this, actually. We've got two forts going on in the first world. That is something that's new for this version of the randomizer compared to... Oh, wow. Instant death on BuzzThunder's side as well is a little bit unfortunate there. Yeah, so there's a little bit of difference when it comes to the fort shuffling, because that means that forts are getting stolen from later worlds in order to populate this one instead. They're being swapped out with stages from this area. So it's an interesting little dynamic compared to what we had in the last tourney, where you don't necessarily know what forts you actually have to do. And, you know, you might only have to do one fort in a world, whereas later on you've got to do full-on 3 forts, and it's not World 6 either. Ow! Oh, MaCobra going for the fly under. Didn't quite get it. It's an unfortunate slip up there as well, but I'm sure we'll be able to recover that. There's a nice star in the first box here as well, so we'll be able to just get a cool little kill here. So basically back up in sync, because BuzzThunder taking the hammer bow death at the start kind of evens out a bit. Waiting for the power-up, gonna have to wait for the Flomp to go now as well, but that's fine. MaCobra just speeding on through here, as MaCobra does. This is the only fort where you have a stationary Boom Boom, basically. He doesn't jump at you because he's on ice. I imagine ROM hacks will probably use that quite a bit, but this is the only one in vanilla. And it actually does make the bridge here as well. It could have easily broken the lock. Well, no, it couldn't have broken the lock because it's not one fort. As we're playing vanilla forts here, it's a nice hammer pickup too. We're playing vanilla forts here. One fort, by logic, does not allow you to see, soft lock the seat. So with that being 6F2 instead of one fort, you're able to just like know that it's going to be the right thing. But it's cool that it's on the pathway. It's not always the case. Anyway, getting a nice helpful frog suit from the mushroom house here. It's useful to get items near the start. You don't, especially if you're not as comfortable with some of the levels here, it is nice just to have the extra stuff. As you can see, a frog suit is not normally what you get from World 1. We have got those shuffled as well. So yeah, it's not too bad. You get a random item from the letter at the end here, as in addition. It's nice single hit Koopaling too, didn't even notice that. We don't usually get to see what the item is at the time, but that's fine. So, 2 fort. This could be a very quick world too, looking at the setup here, because this fort will definitely break the lock that is in the way of the pipe. There's no other way through this world. So, high chance that this ends up just being like a pipe that skips 3-4 stages here. And yeah, definitely one of the better World 2 loadouts. So, yeah, let's just see how this goes. As get nice P-speed strats there, gets to the door early, which is really helpful. We're still seeing the frog here, yeah. Definitely getting rid of the frog as far as going through levels go here. Human Mustard would be sad, but it is very slow because you can't run as a frog. I mean, that seems pretty obvious, but yeah, apparently frogs can't run. So, how many stages are we going to get to skip with this? Almost? No, only like 2. Well, that's okay. That's still basically what you would hope for out of a hammer, but as a pipe instead that you didn't have to pay for. So, into the quicksand stage, we have a vanilla sun here. Ooh, MaCobra taking a bit of an ugly hit. Gotta be careful there as well. So that was a Paragoomba, like a regular color Paragoomba. He may have been dead there. So, yeah. That's fine. Hammer Bros also give random stuff. You don't want to go in without a power up for these things, because if you draw the kettle, as I'm calling it at the moment, which is the Fire Bros in the water stage, you're basically dead. So you definitely don't want that. So one thing in Tony Group 1 compared to the previous year, one thing that's really cool about these particular flag set is because you know what the stages are, like you know that 2-2 is going to be in the 2-2 slot and so on, you can actually play around it a little bit more. When you have these sort of route divergence areas where you can go two different pathways, you can take a look at what the level number is and play it based on which one is faster. So in this case, the quicksand level was definitely a lot quicker than the pyramid, so both players were going down that route for sure. Makes a lot of sense. So, round 1 of the end card here. The end card does not give you what you see here. You do actually get random stuff off of it. So hopefully MaCobra, since MaCobra actually made the tracker for this thing, he should definitely have that noted down. It's going to take a trip to get the other hammer bird too. It's interesting. Does get a hammer suit for his trouble, which is very good for later on. Happy to see that. But yeah, it's interesting he would go back for that. Not a bad idea though. So, World 2 Airship, if you have a leaf you can fly over the top of this one. Not always going to happen, but that's fine. Just a nice simple run and gun here. This one can be tricky with the Koopalings though, because they start on a raised platform, and yeah, taking a bit of a hit there. These Koopalings, if they're Earthquakers, can kind of stun lock you from the word go. It's pretty annoying, especially if it's Ludwig, because he has a habit of using the wand and then jumping straight away. Iggy does the same thing, so you know, when we get to Tony 5-2, we'll probably have to watch out for that. So yeah. Anyway, one grab here. They're both pretty close at the moment. I think MaCobra's taken a little bit of extra time to go and get the hammer suit, which BuzzThunder doesn't have, if I've looked at this right. But, you know, there's not a whole lot of difference in it. It's just a boss fight, really, which is pretty respectable. Also very fast for the first two worlds, 6:47 going into World 3 here. Bit of a gauntlet World 3, though. You got, what, 3-1, 9-7, and there's a fort at the end of this as well. A lot of stuff before you can check any pipes to go towards the end here. MaCobra does pick up a mushroom here, which is pretty solid. Pretty solid. 1-up, maybe not so solid. I don't think he really needs that at this point. He's got plenty of lives. Fireflower pickup from the peach ladder is pretty helpful too. Because if you don't get a Fireflower or a hammer for the Bowser Castle, yeah, not necessarily getting a quick kill, and that actually can decide races very quickly. Yeah, because it's, what, 40 seconds, a minute or something? So, you know, big time save to quick kill him. So, 3-7, bit of a gauntlet, gotta watch out for the potential boss bass at the start. Didn't come up this time, but he doesn't always show up as the first enemy, so you have to be careful. And MaCobra is actually going to take the longer pathway here. This is actually one of, what, 3 items in the game that you can get as BuzzThunder gets the start here. This is one of, like, 3 items you can get in the game. It's, what, 1-3, this one, and 5-1. Frog Suit, not really what you want out of this. This one takes a lot longer to get the item than it does to finish the stage, but if that item is a cloud or something, that can be super huge. So, yeah, it's a high-risk, high-reward sort of play. It's another neat feature that I think Pro are actually used in one of his races as well, you know when, say, 5-1 is going to come up, so you can actually use the specific item you need to get to the alternate ending of that stage. So, we'll see if that ends up coming into play when they get to World 5. You might not even need to do 5-1, so... Anyway, just one stage difference here. 3-2 is the final non-fort stage here. It's a bit of an ugly one. Never been a fan of this stage, and in Randomizer it doesn't change that much, but it changes just enough where I think if you're not super familiar with the T-Speed, that happened to me in the weekly. That fish just shenanigans the heck out of MaCobra there. What on earth is going on with that? I have no idea. Anyway, BuzzThunder is definitely making it through as well. Keeping his Fire Flower is pretty good here. He's doing a good job of keeping hold of the power-ups. We see Frogsuit coming in, anticipating 3F2, actually getting 6F3. So we have a 1 Fort World 6 then, because we've seen 6 Fort 2 and 6 Fort 3. Both of those, I mean, having 6 Fort 2 in the first place would kind of indicate this, because the way that Claris has sort of told me, the way this works out is that it takes the last fort number from a world and then plants it somewhere else. If you're going to have, say, in this case, 3 forts in World 3, is BuzzThunder gets another 5 up here. Definitely well stocked on lives. So yeah, since we already had 6 Fort 2 shuffled out, 6 Fort 3 would have had to have been shuffled out first. So yeah, in this case, we're gonna have a 1 Fort World 6, unless it like steals from World 7 or some wacky stuff like that. I don't know. More end card shenanigans going on over here. We do know a little bit of the card now, so MaCobra is gonna get the matches that he can, and yeah, it doesn't get a lot else. It's a bit of a tough spot in that end card now, because now he doesn't really have any intel about where extra stuff is, so we'll see how that pans out. Ooh, looks like that 1 fort was the only one that was needed though, so we're still getting through quite quick. Unfortunate death in 6-3 there for BuzzThunder. It's a difficult fort to do. Very difficult. So, yeah. Also, because of the... Oh, nice hammer get though. Yeah, MaCobra did get that one as well. It's the other hammer bro that actually can't even get to you because it can't go over pipes. So MaCobra gonna go for the fire kill here. Oh, doesn't quite get it, so gonna have to deal with Wendy the hard way now. Ooh, 2 hits is fortunate. Okay. So BuzzThunder gets his Fire Flower back as well. So we'll be able to hopefully get past 6F3 this time. Just casually slipping under that. You can actually do a short hop over that Thwomp if you're careful, and you basically just get him to fall as you run up to the wall, get him to fall, and then as soon as you land, you just jump straight over him. Tricky to do when you're not used to it, but he's kept his Fire Flowers, so he's in good shape here. Is he gonna get the fire? Oh, doesn't quite get the fire kill. But wow, that's impressive, actually. Being able to salvage that from there, that's very impressive. Alright, what is World 4 going to say? It is a 2 fort... Oh, now this is an interesting setup. So, the pipe could actually kind of go whatever way here. So MaCobra's going to get an extra life again. Yeah, he's got 9 now, it should be pretty reasonable, but if you get caught in a Firebro loop, then it could still be pretty bad. A couple of good matches for BuzzThunder there. I haven't really seen what... Oh, nice wall jump. I haven't really seen what's in the end card yet. Doesn't look like anything too fancy. That anchor is a wild card. It could actually be something really good, like a cloud or not a hammer, but like hammer suit. Speaking of hammers, even more of them. Hammers are very good for World 6, so stocking up on them now, definitely a helpful thing. Just gonna see... Yeah, 4F1. So this is another kind of interesting point with the Group 1 flags. Knowing that... no, can't get it. Knowing that 4F1 and 4F2, but especially 4F1, is definitely going to be in World 4, you can actually use a star in anticipation of the World 4 castles. Because the star is kind of the vanilla speedrun way of getting through here. BuzzThunder, again, a fantastic Wendy kill as well. Still got his Fire Flowers, so especially helpful for that. And that actually was the right fort too. So if you wanted to do the other fort, you would need to go through the pipe because there was a lock in the way. So going for P-Speed strats over here. Is he going to go the full way? No, just get the item here. Makes sense. It's still faster because you don't have to deal with a fire down the bottom. Oh, nice jump there too. I need to learn that one. That's the beautiful thing about watching these randomizers, is you get to see all sorts of really cool stuff that everybody else can do and you can't. And it's like, I should steal that for myself. Probably shouldn't steal Iggy for myself though. These things are horrible. Can shenanigans your hitboxes too. It's a 5-hitter. Can shenanigans you by jumping like the framey lands as well and just going straight through you, just like that cheat sheet. So, luckily didn't happen. So through World 4, it's a good pace. Very good pace so far. Anything below like 4 minutes of world average is very good. So MaCobra absolutely slaying it after that mishap in 6F2. BuzzThunder really not too far behind though. There's a couple of stages here. Easy enough to make back if decision making comes in terms of the late game route here. So 5-1, we are not going to see the P-Wing. He thought about it. I think he was looking to see if had one, just didn't see it in time maybe. BuzzThunder's going to get the star kill on our dear Boom Boom over here too, so we are going to get the upside down orb, as everybody loves to point out. That's fine. 5F1 here. So, not even 5F1, just regular 5-1. We've seen no fort. Yeah, the fort is down the bottom corner. It's probably not going to come into play. It also kind of implies that the other fort, yeah, is up here. So, it's one stage saved if you use a hammer. Oh, that's not good. MaCobra, get out of there! Oh no! Oh, the stun lock. It's just from being very slightly too early there, as BuzzThunder going through his Ziggy fight. Doing pretty good. There we go. Fantastic fight. MaCobra's like, nuts to this. I'm using a star this time. I do not blame him in the slightest. So yeah, 5-9 is definitely a level you'd want to cloud if you could afford it, but it looks like MaCobra is going to save the hammer, and therefore basically has to do this stage because of where it's positioned on the map. If he was going to use a hammer on the lock, because as a randomizer thing, you could break locks with a hammer. We haven't really seen that yet, so kind of interesting to have all these hammers and just haven't had the chance to use them. But yeah, he's choosing to save the hammer by doing this stage instead. I mean, I'd be very surprised at this point if he actually chose to use a hammer, now that he's committing to one of the only 2 auto-scrollers you can get, and literally the only auto-scroller that's left in Tony Flight 1. That's a fairly hefty investment. And yeah, using a cloud to skip this stage, then using a hammer on the lock is really not a bad idea. We'll see if BuzzThunder does that. I'm pretty sure maybe Buzz doesn't have the cloud yet, because I think it might have been from a hammer bro, but we'll see. Anyway, round 3 of the end card here for MaCobra is very good when this is like the only no, looks like BuzzThunder's gonna play the stage as well. Interesting. And as stated, MaCobra is not using the hammer here, having committed to doing 5-9 in the first place. 5F2 is a pretty quick stage, at the very least. Nice late jump here. Ooh, BuzzThunder taking a death on 5-9. I wouldn't be surprised if he clouds it now then, if he has one. But it looks like he doesn't. Yeah, I think that hammer bro that has gotten away from him is actually where the cloud came from. So I don't think he has a choice here. Which is unfortunate. This would have been a really big way to have come back into this in like saving these 2 stages. This being one of the longest stages that you could be dealing with here, it would have been a very significant time save. He's obviously still not out of it. Oh, those fire chomps though. He's obviously still not out of it. He needs to kill this fire chomp like now. It's gonna despawn a platform if he doesn't, and okay, he's fine. Paragumba's trying to get MaCobra in 5-2 here as well. Pretty rough, but he manages to get out without taking a hit. It's really good. He could still save a little bit of time by using a hammer. Yeah, BuzzThunder could opt to use the hammer here. It's only skipping 1 quick fort though, so it's a bit of a tough justification. He's going to see, I guess, what he gets at the end card first, as MaCobra gets into the World 5 airship. So what does BuzzThunder know about the rest of this card? He knows the star, that's pretty good. Does he know anything else? He's got a mushroom, okay. He's getting some decent matches going. Earthquake's on Roy here, that's a default option, but that's fine. More than 3 hits is not a default option though, so that's fine. Gets his 10. Did they pull the same end card? I don't think they did, but it would be pretty funny. So BuzzThunder's working his way through. Hopefully, yeah, he's needed maybe needed to, I don't know. I don't know if they're people who use trackers and stuff like that. He is going to use a hammer here, so he's going to save a little bit of time. He's going to miss out on the cloud from the hammer bird, though, which is unfortunate. But, okay. So, World 6, very long world. This is where we're going to see multiple 10s on the panel list, because the forts have been taken. This is the only fort that's in this world, so MaCobra's making the right choice doing this fort now. Gets it out of the way. It could be used to build a bridge at the end of this world, so it's definitely important when you know it's the only fort in the world to deal with it. So yeah, he's doing a pretty good job of that. Does see the star there as a vanilla star, not really going to grab that. Oh, kind of wants that one though, because you can still use that to kill the Boom Boom faster than with a Fire Flower and get yourself that sweet, sweet upside down orb. Alright, so BuzzThunder making his way through, gets the Peace Speed. It's unfortunate. It's one thing with this particular ship, you don't really want Peace Speed when you've got the Tanuki. Ooh! A weird little jump thing there. I get if you jump on both note blocks at the same time there, it makes you jump higher for some reason. I've never quite worked that out. But yeah, I guess there was like a power Goomba or something there that just completely got in the way of doing the quick strat. That's fine. So we do have end card attempt number 4 from MaCobra here. So BuzzThunder actually got his end card done in 3, so even though it took him a while to get the clear, they did get the same card, didn't they? Okay. Oops. Misting from MaCobra. Does he not use his own tracker? Am I going to have to ask him about that later on? I don't know. Anyway, coin chip here. The coin chips are really, really bad in vanilla, but they're not so bad when you don't have the auto-scroller. They're still longer than most Hammer Bro stages, though, so... you know, still gotta keep that in mind. Alright, so BuzzThunder into his 6F1. Ooh, almost gets hit by the Podobo down below there. These pipes are in a really awkward spot. But then again, use the hammer, this could skip the rest of the world. Or it could just skip the rest of the world anyway. They haven't really had a chance to use the hammers, I'm gonna say. Alright, so, World 6, airship you can fly over, that's why P-Wing is fantastic for this one. P-Wing also allows you to go for a quick kill, not quick kill, but quick one grab on Lemmy's ship here. So we'll see. Oh, just a little bit too early. Can't get the fast grab. If you grab the wand with like half your sprite off the top of the screen, then it stops you from doing the falling animation here, and it saves quite a bit of time. So BuzzThunder's actually playing 6-2 instead of 6-3. I don't blame him. I don't like 6-3 because I always end up finding that it's very easy to die in that level for like no reason. But 6-2 is definitely the longest stage, so not really what he can necessarily afford right now. But it's a safer stage with the setup that he has, so don't blame him. Anyway, on to the pipe maze over here. Let's see what we find. Oh, two locks there. Only one is required. This is the prime time to use the hammer. And 7-8 is indeed out of the play, that is for sure. So, more than ever, this is where you just go. You've got 7-6 to do. Do you have another P-Wing? You have, like, a million P-Wings, and you're not gonna use one? Okay, MaCobra feeling bold here, enough to just go the clip instead of the guaranteed P-Wing. I mean, respect! It's been slower, but respect! I do not like these levels showing up in the other stuff, because it's like, sometimes you get these clips first try and it's amazing, other times it takes like this, and you take like 40 plus seconds to get it, and yeah, it wastes a lot of time. He, eventually picks up the clip, which is good. You still definitely want that, as BuzzThunder finds his way to the end of World 6 as well. That's another place where Buzz could just use a P-Wing and catch up a decent bit of time though, so... Yep, so use that. No music boxes to remove this stage, so we're gonna have to just play it out. It's fine. It's not that long, but it is again longer than a Hammer Bro. So if you can, if especially if you've been at the end of the game, basically, you kind of want to use a block to get away from that if possible. Speaking of getting away, this fight is getting away from BuzzThunder a little bit here. There we go. One more hit to take. Forgot he didn't actually get the second hit before he got across. There we go. It's MaCobra doing the P-Speed strats in the World 7 airship here. Gets the clip that I actually caught earlier on as well. If you're just a little bit too far over. As a vanilla earthquakes for Ludwig too. Interesting. Yeah, if you're just a little bit too far over to the left, instead of getting on top of that last master, you just clip into it instead. It's pretty funny. Doesn't actually like kill you, but it's funny nonetheless. So yeah, 25 minutes for getting in, mid 25s for getting into World 8. This can happen actually in these flags. You know what stages are where, so you know what you can, what can and can't skip basically. And the good thing about vanilla forts and everything is that World 8 actually has 3 very fast forts. Okay, so that's an awkward layout to begin with here, but game is just immediately like, yo, I got you back. We're gonna simplify this layout at the start. We've got Navy and Air Force, pretty good openings. As BuzzThunder actually just goes straight into the 7-6 as well. Interesting. Yeah, this is the sort of thing that if you practice Tony Flag 1, this is the type of thing where you go, hey, I know what's coming up here. I could easily make this simpler. He gets the clip significantly quicker than MaCobra did, though, so yeah, this World 8 is kind of funky right now. There seems to be a lot of oddities in terms of lock placement that's making this a bit difficult to pass. So MaCobra is trying to find his way to Bowser at the end of here, of course. He has one screen all to himself because he's a jerk and he needs that for his castle, I guess. And there's usually one pipe, there's sometimes 2. Usually one pipe that gets to the end. So you gotta find that, and then you've got to see how many bridges need built between 0 and 3, usually. Oh, missed out on the one cycle here. Oh, it looks like BuzzThunder took a free fall. That's yikes. Ouch, not so good. Alright, so I wonder if that timing worked out for MaCobra here. Is he gonna get? He is gonna get it too. Okay, so if you delay the star grab there when you're Big Mario, you can actually still get a star kill on Boom Boom, even though it is a very tight timer. And so yeah, he got his upside down orb, and he's already done. He's got a cloud. Clouds aren't usually very good in World 8, but hey, that's how it pans out for this one. Very interesting way this has gone. So already into the end, as BuzzThunder does get his kill on Ludwig this time. Very nice. Yeah, into our final stretch here. We'll see if he can get if he goes for it, actually, if he gets the clip at the top half. I actually don't know if MaCobra goes top or bottom, like, consistently here, so he does go top. The objectively correct choice. He's going to go for the clip. So, in version 1.3, the fireballs that are in the final 2 screens here... Oh, is he going to go back up? No, he's going to go bottom right now. Okay. That's fine. If you fall down, it makes sense. You just got to be careful with the potobos and such here. So yeah, in this version, the lasers from the statues as well as the fireballs that are spawned actually are randomized. And so just like that, this is why bottom route sucks. Just like that, you actually don't get the same safety net as you did before. It's not vanilla anymore, so you can't just go on instinct. As BuzzThunder is going in some places here. in comparison, yeah, oh, they unfortunately link up with the pipe. Yeah, I will admit I didn't see some of this on MaCobra's side, so I don't know exactly how much of it he explored. Probably the same bit for it there. So, yeah, it is what it is. This still, I think, is sub 30 though. So, very, very good time for MaCobra here as BuzzThunder is just making his way through the same pipes that MaCobra has already checked. Finds the regular tank stage. You don't need to beat this one, so he is going to just take the death as MaCobra finishes. First place, 29:46 in SRL time. GG's. Fantastic opening time here. As it looks like, yeah, this 8 fort is definitely the way that needs to happen. So it's interesting seeing the way this one worked out. Wasn't really any advantage you could gain from the hammers because there were so many locks in like unused places. That crazy foot. Crazy foot's a bit of a butt. Oh, please! It's not even a mushroom. This is dangerous at this point because that star is not going to last long enough to get all the way to the end of this. It is hopefully not going to happen. Yeah, just take it easy here. Let the timer run out. It doesn't matter. Just go back through. He is on the plus side. If he goes into the door, he will get a quick boom boom kill here. Because there was a star, so that's good. Yeah, just line it. Okay. So, yeah, a little bit of unfamiliarity, I think, with how far over. He's not going to go for that. That's fine, too. You're in a sort of spot where you're basically at the end of the world here, so you don't really... And you've got so many other power-ups, you don't need to power up again, and it only hurts if it was a star, so... So, how long is a good run? Good run of Rando? Well, I mean, this is pretty good. Sub 30 is like the... I wouldn't say the dream, because like the fastest sort of time that I have seen personally, or I have done personally, is like a 25. But I have heard of like the God Seed, if you will, being like 21, 22 minutes. But anything that's below sub 40 is respectable and definitely, like, if you're familiar with Link to the Past Rando, sub 40 in this game is kind of like sub 2 in vanilla Link to the Past Seed. But yeah, most of the time you're going to see runners of MaCobra's caliber hit like a 35 at maximum. So, and even here, BuzzThunder is definitely doing good. He doesn't have the hammer suits that MaCobra did, but he is still trucking in with a fire here. He can still go for a quick kill, which is fantastic. Yeah, that's kind of a reasonable thing to think as well. Like a sub one, say like a 120 to 125 in Link to the Past Rando is kind of pretty close to the sort of sub 30 in this game, I think, if you want that sort of comparison, since I know Link to the Past is, of course, pretty popular around here. So now we're going to see the top route. We'll see how many fireballs come up on this one. I gotta be very careful here, because sometimes it's unavoidable regardless, but as long as you're careful and watch out for the laser, there you go. If you're on the left-hand side of that donut and you jump, you can always avoid the laser. So now BuzzThunder can go for his fire kill. You duck under Bowser here, and just like spam, jump fire, and get the kill. Fantastic. Exemplary kill even for BuzzThunder there. So, wonderful stuff. Definitely a very solid first race. There was a couple of hiccups at the beginning, especially that 6F2, but with an SRL time of 33:35, we have our second finish here. So, GG to BuzzThunder as well. We are going to go ahead and set up for race 2 here with the 20 flags too. And yeah, tune in, well, stay tuned in for that there. We're going to reset our SOL room and all of the fun stuff and get our second seed set up. Alright, looks like the races are starting super quick. This give me a sec to get the controls back up here. We'll switch back over. Yeah, they're starting a bit quicker than expected. Nobody's in the thing. Whereas no, it's not the right one. Yeah, so Tony Flag 2 is a little bit different in terms of the layout here. There we go. Switch to race layout. 25-2 is a little bit different, although we're starting with a vanilla World 1 and a 1-4. It's kind of crazy. But in this flag set, the world order and everything is different because now we randomize what levels are where as well as the enemies inside said levels. So, yeah, it's a bit crazy. And I mean, we're seeing 1-4. We can't get the item because there was only one thing. There's no leaf available in this one. So that's a bit of a shame. But yeah, this is now going to be a case of any level can show up. Well, pretty much any level except like Bowser's Castle can show up in any world. So yeah, it's actually a good thing though that they didn't. Oh, why? Okay, so it's actually a good thing that they didn't have a leaf to do the item pickup in 1-4 though, because they would have had to do 2 extra stages since the lock wouldn't have broken. However, one of the stages they have to do anyway is one of our 9 lost levels. So BuzzThunder's got to be a little bit careful. There we go. So I mentioned in the previous seed that 5-9 is the only auto-scroller that could not be removed. That's due to logistics of it. It would break the game otherwise. It has been attempted to be removed and it's just not clearable. This is the other one that only shows up when you shuffle levels and specifically add the lost levels as well. And yeah, this is what we affectionately call Atlantis, and it is the longest stage, I think. Other than like 7-6 without a power-up, this is the longest stage in the game. Consistently, at least, because it is like a minute and a half. There's nothing you can really do about it. It's not an easy level either. There's a lot of variables there as well. And we got a hand stage too. Alright, so we didn't get to see any of these last time, as BuzzThunder gets his coin chip a bit quicker. Coin chip with a fire flower is really good, actually. So here, the item is not a leaf, it is a hammer suit this time. If we see any of the other hand levels, we are also going to get a hammer suit from them, which is really good. So yeah, this is something that can then only happen when you shuffle the levels around as well. You get these coming up early, and if these are clouds or hammers, these are very valuable stages that just like never show up again, because you know. Anyway, we're now seeing the World 3 airship instead of the World 1 airship here, so we're going to have an even playing field for the Koopaling here. Not exactly the sort of one you care so much about having an even playing field for. Excellent P-Speed strats there. I would have never been able to do that myself. Fantastic to see, as we're still, despite Atlantis, this is still a quick World 1, because we only had to do 1 fort and then 2 stages. So, but you can see, like, for only doing 1 fort and 2 stages, that's still over 3 minutes of play. You'd be, oh, don't get finessed too much, Buzz. There we go. Yeah, would have been a bit scary to have another jump come up there. Alright. So while one's down, we can immediately see who, well, what world we have next is the main thing for it. Some people like to put their guesses in for stuff here, but we're a little bit lower on that. World 5 with 5 lives, not as the 5th world of the game, though. We've seen 6F1 here. This is quickly becoming my new least favorite fort, because this stage is just really stupid. I don't know what it is, but it's this bit up here. If the Hotfoot randomizes to a Dry Bones, and with the rotation of the waffles here being random as well, there's a situation where it's like almost unavoidable to take damage from the stuff there. And if you don't have a power-up coming in here, say this is the first stage you have to do, as the upside down orb is collected, if this is the first stage you have to do, then it can be very, very difficult to avoid taking a death or two there. So, something I didn't mention in the previous one is there are 2 forts by default in this world. Oh, nice hammer pickup. The tan fort, as it's called, will make the bridge at the bottom, and the blue fort will break the lock. This can sometimes get messed up by having 3 forts in this world. As BuzzThunder's gonna go get those items too. I appreciate that. You're early on in the match. There's not a lot of items picked up so far, and hey, hammers and stuff are very valuable. So there you go. Yeah. So I guess you could almost see it by the fact that that lock is blue. This is a very fast World 5. The world layout has been really good here. The forts, maybe not so much. 7F2, I know a lot of people dislike this one. I low-key like this fort. I know I'm a terrible person for saying that, but I actually kind of like this one. What I don't like is getting shot by fireballs, though. Oh, that's a nasty tunnel there as well. It's very possible to get killed in. MaCobra has got reactions of gold right there, that is for sure. BuzzThunder's just like, nope! Oh no! MaCobra, no! How did you do all of the funky stuff there and then you fall at the end? That's... Alright, so Buzz is going to take a P-Wing through here. P-Wing is a little bit slower, but it is relatively safe. You've still got to deal with that Piranha Tunnel. That's actually like worst case scenario Piranha Tunnel this time too. You've still got to deal with that, but otherwise this is fairly safe. Nice hit there. It's MaCobra taking a hit of a different kind trying to get through there. That's fine. So now BuzzThunder is still going to have the P-Wing set here too to get through that. And we're probably going to see him damage boost here because it is so slow trying to keep your power up through there. Excellent job. MaCobra's through this time as well. He is going to also damage boost. And yeah, we have a race in our hands here. This is fantastic to see. So yeah, world layout has been really good. Level layout has been really bad. That's the thing for it. We are going to see the end card grab here as well. Are we going to see MaCobra go for it? Yeah. Okay. So that's neat. They have different end cards this time, confirmed. Pretty sure they had different ones last time as well, but subtly so. Ooh. Well, MaCobra got a match, which is good. He's got the 2 10s there. He's noting down the stuff on his tracker, I imagine, is the hesitation there. That is definitely good. It's got a P-Wing from the Bro before. This is the one that BuzzThunder used in the previous stage, so he can skip through this really quickly. It's a nice one to use there. P-Wings are generally pretty good. Earthquake's on right again. It's pretty good to use P-Wings on these stages as a general thing. Something I should maybe do more of myself, because most of the Koopalings, most of the forts themselves, they're not even forts, they're airships. Whatever. Most of these stages are pretty conducive to going like fast with, or like flying over them with the P-Wing. And if you do get the P-Wing, use at the end, you can go for the one grab at the top as well. So yeah, they're pretty powerful for these stages, but unfortunately, yeah, MaCobra did miss the off-screen grab as well. So, but hey, look at this. We are really close in here with 3 worlds, with World 3 coming up. That is a really weird start. I would be tempted, and MaCobra is tempted as well. Is he going to do it? BuzzThunder's going to do it. Alright, here we go. This is a big divergence. So, we're seeing 2 locks, and there it is. But there's another lock! Oh no, this is a 3-4 World 7. Uh-oh. This suddenly got interesting. Okay. So, and it just goes back as well. Ooh. Okay, this might actually not be super bad for BuzzThunder. We'll see how this, how it plays out. It's possible that he will be able to get back. And there he goes. He's trying to find the way through to get to the bit. Is this 3 forts or is it only 2? No, because there was another lot. Yeah, it is 3 fort. I don't know why I was questioning myself out there. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Where are we going to see? MaCobra's getting down to the bottom 2 forts. That's interesting. I imagine one of those is probably going to break the lock that we have already seen. As he does get back, he is finally going to go back and break that as well. Okay. So, similar pathway here. This is a weird one because MaCobra now knows how to get to and has got the pathway open to get to the 2 forts down the bottom. So it's possible that he actually was on the right pathway to break the lock at the end, and is no longer on that pathway. It's a really weird World 7. I think I would have wanted to do the same thing that these guys have done, using the hammer on the lock at the start. But now comes a risk. I think MaCobra is going to go back and do the 2 forts down the bottom, but I imagine one of those 2 forts will have actually broken the lock that he's used a hammer on. He gets back down from there, so BuzzThunder actually has a way there as well without doing 7-4 if this doesn't work out. So now he is doing what? So BuzzThunder's doing 2 fort, which is the fort that's at the top on the top island, whereas MaCobra is going to do the 2 forts that are down the bottom here and see if he can break that final lock with that. Man, this is the sort of decision making that can set huge advantages off if you call it right. I like the... Oh, and right, that one has not done it. I think Buzz might actually be on the right idea here. If I had to wager, I would say Buzz is actually correct. You can't know this beforehand, obviously, but I think he's got it, hasn't he? Fantastic. Okay, well played to Buzz there. Again, MaCobra is now going to have to go and do that stage as well. So this is big for BuzzThunder. He's going to be at a significant advantage going through to the next world, because you know that MaCobra has done 2 extra forts down the bottom, and yeah, as I suspected, one of the 2 forts that he did there actually broke the lock that they used a hammer on. So yeah, that's a fantastic call. And now, yeah, MaCobra's got the unfortunate news. He still needs to go and do the other fort, and he actually has to do a level to get to that fort too. So this is, yeah, it's a really big lead, and this is one of the joys of randomizers, right? You have a lot of decision making when it comes to these maze-like worlds. And now I think MaCobra's got to try and find where to go to get back. So, only 1 hit for Ludwig. Ludwig can hitbox shenanigans you a lot. With the high jumping Koopalings, they can jump through you without any care in the world. It's kind of ridiculous. So, MaCobra's going to take this pipe, see if he can skip the stage. He cannot skip the stage. Interesting to know that was Room of Review, actually, is the thing there. So he's going to have to do this stage, and then the fort, and then he's going to have to make his way all the way back through, too. It's very unfortunate, but that's Rando for you. So, World 6 coming up, and a pipe straight away. What a weird start that is. Huh. Okay, so there are 2 stage 10 cards here, which indicates that there are at most 2 forts. He has another hammer. BuzzThunder actually could... I think the hammer came from Bowser's card thing there. He can use the hammer at the end of the world. Because there was a lock... Wasn't it a lock that was in the way? So he could use that hammer, and he could actually just skip doing like any other forts in this world. As MaCobra, decent second shot at the end card there. He's got quite a few tools from that. Does get a hammer as well. So we're going to see BuzzThunder go back for the end card here. It's his second shot as well, so we'll see how many matches he can pick up. So it looks like there was a hammer in the end card. So that's good info. You'll probably want to finish it here. Nice cloud pickup as well for the stuff there. I actually didn't spot that when BuzzThunder was doing that stage. This is a lot of matches for BuzzThunder here. He's gotten a really good handle on this this card. Wow. It's a little bit fortunate with the way some of these have set up, but he's actually got it in 2. That's fantastic. Very, very lucky card and well set to do that in 2, but dang, that is really good. And yeah, it looks like the was at least one. There might have been a cloud in that as well, like one of the 1020 one-up set. As we see the waterfall stage here, I am notoriously terrible at this stage, and it looks like BuzzThunder is practically the same. It's very difficult to actually swim up accurately here because swimming in Mario 3 has a lot of momentum behind it. So yeah, MaCobra's gotta be feeling rough after that one. That's 5-minute average, or more than 5-minute average for the first 3 worlds. Pretty awful. But you know, there's not a lot you could do about it really. So 5F2 for BuzzThunder here. He's gonna take a look. See, I think at worst case there is one level that he has to go back to. A little bit stuck there. Yeah, there's like one level that he has to go back to. Yeah, don't use a hammer there, MaCobra, please. So what is he gonna actually? So he's gonna use. He's going to go for the 2 hammer play here. Interesting. Okay, so we're seeing 3-6. A stage that doesn't have an auto-scroller. This is dicey, because I'm pretty sure there is still a lock or a bridge at the end of this world, and if that is not broken by the fort there, it is. Okay, that would have been a lot of resources wasted for MaCobra. This is going to save him quite a lot of time in this world, but that's a big risk and a lot of potential resources for later on used as well. Okay, so he makes it through that as BuzzThunder gets his World 5 airship here. Gets the... hopefully the fire kill. There we go. Fire kills are scary on the Koopalings because they can sometimes just like go off the bottom of the screen and hard lock your game. It's really weird. I say hard, well, soft lock it, but... and there it is. So he's... yeah, you've got to hope in MaCobra's case here that, yeah, you are actually going to make the bridge there. Because you can't use a hammer to build a bridge. I mean, he doesn't have a hammer now anyway, but you can't use a hammer to build a bridge. So, version 1.4, Fred, please? But yeah, you can use an anchor to build a bridge. That would be good. But anyway, yeah, he's hoping that this is the right fort, because otherwise there's quite a lot of time lost right here. So, World 2, this is where I just straight use that hammer. I'd maybe even consider clouding the fort here as well, depending on what you've got, just to get straight through this. So this is big for BuzzThunder, right? Because MaCobra currently doesn't have the hammer to break that lock. So that's +2 stages that MaCobra is going to have to do for that now. He actually is going to cloud the fort too. Okay, that's well played. We're in World 5 now. We have 2 worlds left to do, and one of them is World 4. Which clouds are pretty ineffective in. MaCobra, what are you doing? You madman. That's really well played to not get hit there. No, World 1 fort was actually in World 1. We saw that as the first level of the game, actually. So, there's no 1F here. Oh, okay. BuzzThunder does make it through. It's really tough when Earthquake Koopalings have got the height advantage in the level. It's really tough to make it through. So he did a very good job finishing that off there. So, yeah, MaCobra's going to have to do a couple of extra stages here, I think. I don't believe he has a hammer for this now. So, yeah, I don't know. This is still anyone's game. And like BuzzThunder's doing a really good job of this stuff here. Again, he's below that, yeah, no hammer, because of the previous world. Oof, when it rains it pours, right? So now he has to do 8-2 as BuzzThunder hits our World 4 here. So World 4, you need to do at least 1 fort every time because you have to build a bridge. And it looks like... oh, right, okay, he has another hammer. If he's thought about... so, okay, there's 2 ways around you can do this. Because of the way this is set up, it is absolutely guaranteed that you're going to have to do the fort on the right-hand side. Because the 2 pipes on the right-hand side have locked the fort away. There's only 2 forts in this world. So the fort that we saw when we first entered this world will break the lock to go and get the bridge built from the other side. If you use the hammer in order to break that lock, you can skip doing the fort at the end. but it's going to cost you your last hammer. So I don't know which way around is actually better here. I want to say using the hammer is probably better, although this is a really good fort to get, right? Because of removing the auto-scroller, the Navy does not take very long whatsoever. So this is a really good pull. But if this was like 8 fort or something like that, then you'd be taking a lot of time to get this done. So yeah, it's tough. I think using the hammer here would have been pretty solid. But then again, what have we got? We got World 3 left. The World 3 could potentially be full skip with a hammer. It's a surprising miss of that P-speed jump from MaCobra there. But it's fine. So what do we got? Got ourselves a star. It's not too bad. There's Quake and Morton coming over here. Not really doing too much to him. Gets the forced grab on the hammer bro, but that's fine. It's a nice and easy stage to do. Gets himself a 2nd star. Okay. So BuzzThunder has actually already done his end card to completion, so he's just gonna go through and, you know, just waste it because he doesn't really want to deal with that. And now 2 more stages for the rest of this world. Ooh, Quicksand with the Baby Cheap. Baby Cheap has a habit, unlike Boss, Baby Cheap will actually spawn underneath you like that if you go too far away from it. So you've got to be careful about respawning it and taking extra hits. BuzzThunder, well aware of this fact, does a very good job of dealing with that. Where is MaCobra going? Can you actually make it in there? I would be surprised. You can, but that seems like it would be a bit dicey. So one thing I'm seeing BuzzThunder is not using music boxes. I'm pretty sure he has one. He's not using music boxes to stop the hammer bros from attacking him at the moment, which is interesting. Yeah, you do get the extra items and stuff, but we're also in World 6. Yeah, there's no way you're avoiding that crazy foot. Just take it. We are also in World 6, so at this point, it's not unreasonable to just not do the fights if you can avoid them. But who knows? Maybe I'm just forgetting and they don't actually have a music box for it. Seems like MaCobra also getting the force grab here, also getting the ninjutsu art of disappearing for the hammer bro down the bottom there. If you've got a tail, you can actually whack that guy with the tail in the wall. It's pretty funny. Alright, so we got ourselves the way to our World 4 airship here. It's all nice and complete now. BuzzThunder is on his way. MaCobra's still got a couple of stages to do. But that is fine. He can easily get through those. So you see BuzzThunder getting a Fireflower, getting a hit, an extra hit here versus Iggy, definitely a good sign. Iggy can't have Earthquakes, I think, in this one, because Roy and Morton had the Earthquakes. But that just means that you got to be even more careful about his moon jumping, but only 1 hit. Fantastic, that's what we want to see. And still making solid pace here. That was a really long world to deal with, but he did a stellar job of going through that, if I say so myself. Alright, so Cobra also going to be well aware of that cheap, jumping very far in advance to get away from it. It's fantastic stuff. That is something which is so easy to not take into account, and I have seen so many deaths already in this tournament. I have seen so many deaths to that coming up. Alright, so instant fort here as well. I would probably play that fort. See, what is he thinking? Is he gonna go? What item are we gonna go with here, Buzz? You gotta make a move. Oh, he almost did it too. He was considering the P-Wing. He was considering the P-Wing so much. He's actually gonna take the death here. He can't double hammer. I think that was the second thing he was looking for. Is he gonna play? He's gonna play the stage out. Okay. You gotta commit one way or the other. If you're gonna take a death warp to P-Wing the stage, you gotta commit to the death warp. But okay. Hopefully it doesn't cost him too much time here. But yeah, this stage, if you come into this with a leaf, you are golden. If you don't come into it with a leaf, you're taking like a minute plus to deal with it. As another fresh end card is forced onto MaCobra here just because it's in his way. Does he have the same card as last time? I think. Oh, no, okay. I guess he was just hitting stuff around him. He got a hammer out of the card. The hammer was the, what, the 20? Was it? No, it's the 10 there, wasn't it? So, yeah, he might be able to do some hammer shenanigans at this point. Nice statue kill from BuzzThunder there as well. Always fun to see. Even if it's technically slower, it's fun to see. Oh, yeah, challenging Iggy. No! Oh, why though? Iggy is such a butt. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, so another hammer bro here. The first pipe just goes past, goes a little bit in. That's why the lock had to get broken here. So I think he would, yeah, you should use the cloud here because that might be the last stage that you can cloud in this this particular world. And clouds aren't very good in World 8. That was the only fault of the world too. Okay, so one stage to do. MaCobra's not going to be feeling good about dying to a one-hit Iggy as well. Yeah, so we saw the 10 on the map there. That 10 is basically an extra stage because there's only one fort in this world. Oh, nice tail jutsu from Buzz there. Absolutely fantastic reactions to take out Boss Bass there. Beautiful stuff. Okay, so I will say though he didn't actually have to do that stage, but you know that's just being a butt. We're fine with it. As MaCobra gets his one stage out of the thing here. There is no game 3. This is in group stage. We play one game of each flag. Oh, just a single hit, Wendy too. Very nice. We play one game of each flag set, and it's a round robin Tony. So four person groups. Every player plays both everyone else in group 1 and group 2 flags. So if they split games here, that would put BuzzThunder at 5-1, which is top billing in the scene. You know, it'd be like at worst tied for top place in the group, which is awesome. Alright, Fire Flower there as well, just in case you end up running out of Bowser tools, and we get the fort straight away here. It's interesting. Ooh, unfortunate hit. Not much you can do about that. 5F1 you kind of want to just run through. It's a bit difficult to... You can't guarantee being able to run through it, but for the most part you want to do that. Looks like MaCobra is taking a different... I think he's taking a different hammer, bro. No, it's the same one. Okay. Yeah, so there goes the cloud. It's not much of a difference anymore with stuff here. Because MaCobra is going to see that... Is he going to just play the stage? No, he's going to go back. So this is what I mean when what I meant when I said the BuzzThunder didn't have to play that 3-7. Because you could have just taken a pipe and gone back. It's going to use... There is a note block that he can use, or a music box, but I guess he's missed it. That's fine. He could have... No, MaCobra could have just not done this this hammer bow fight. Gets a hammer out of it. Probably not that good for World 8, but we'll see. There is going to be a hammer use right here in the dark, so... Yeah, so basically, MaCobra went back through the pipe so that he didn't have to do the level that BuzzThunder did. Ooh, hand stage as well. This is a weird World 8. These guys have been getting very weird World 8s today. Buzz is going to dodge the hand, and... Yeah, there's at least 2 lots in play. Where is he? Is he... You've got to commit... Gone back through. Okay. This is getting close now, and he's through. Oh, ho, ho. He is through. Okay, this is such a weird World 8, man. I honestly have no idea. Anyway, 4F2, the gatekeeper for stuff here, and we just have to make it through. So actually, not that bad of a stage outside of that. So I think he's got P-Wings for days. He can just P-Wing through this and just go. So I think the one fort that you were forced to do at the beginning was actually like the only fort here that was needed. Although I guess... So BuzzThunder broke the lock in order to get there, right? So maybe he needed to do a second thought somewhere in order to get there, technically. Oh. MaCobra showing off that you can kill Waffles with Tanuki. It's pretty good. You can actually kill the Thwomps, I think, as well, but he was too far to the left. It's got to be central, kind of like going up a pipe. And BuzzThunder, just past the 30-minute mark here, has himself the hammer suit and the star equipped. He is going into Bowser's Castle. And MaCobra is not far behind if he does get the pathways relatively quickly here. Yeah, there was a Hammer Bro suit from one of the very early Peach letters, I think. So we should see the hammer use, right? Yeah, so we see the hammer, and now MaCobra is going to be going through a little bit of the maze section of it here. Looks like BuzzThunder is just going to get the P-Speed to go back up. Definitely appreciate that. Not going to go... He doesn't go for the clip. That's fine. 2 lasers there, I think, means that there shouldn't be a laser there, and MaCobra is through. This... oh, what is that pattern? Fred, please. What is that? Anyway, he's going through. MaCobra's P-winging for F2 as well, but I think at this point, Buzz should have this settled. Just in case... Ooh, MaCobra, watch out! Oh my god. Just in case you weren't aware, Bowser does not actually have a hitbox in his foot. Oh, his lower half, I should say. He only has the prototype Bowser Bomb in this game. He does not actually have it mastered like in Smash. So, yeah, he can't actually touch you if you stay down the bottom. MaCobra is going into Bowser's Castle right now. This is really close, but Buzz has got the final jump on lockdown here, and that will be that. So get your GGs out for what a fantastic game this ended up being. BuzzThunder is your first place finisher, so long as he presses up here and doesn't run into the pit, which he does not. Finishes with an official SRL time of 32:01. Great stuff there. MaCobra going for his clip. Doesn't get the dot jump there. Nah. I think at this point you probably want to just go ahead and... Yeah, you probably want to just go ahead and go like one of the pathways here. He's going to commit to lower. It is actually possible to clip through that part of the wall as well. I did that on accident once and showed it, and it's like, oh yeah, you could do that, but good luck actually pulling it off. And yeah, oh, oof. Still got to watch out for the fireballs here. Wow, well done, MaCobra. Getting through, going to get a hammer kill here. Hopefully, I actually find it really hard to get a hammer kill down the bottom here. It's another reason why we don't go there. And get your GGs out for MaCobra52 as well. It's gonna finish off this seed in still very respectable time, despite how difficult that World 7 was for him. Finishing with the SRL time of 33:11. Fantastic play from both parties here. GGs. Alright. So I could do that. And so that should get the interview thing set up. So let's see if we can talk to these guys about this. That was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic race there. Oh, did I click too much? I clicked too much. Whoops. I think we have more than one person controlling stuff here. I apologize. There wasn't much being done the first time through, so it was just like, I'll try. But yeah, Buzz did not win 2-1. You would think. But yeah, Buzz did a fantastic job with the stuff there, though. Absolutely. All right. Anyway, we have MaCobra, so let's bring him in. Hello, MaCobra.
Hey,
GG's to you.
Thank you.
What a crazy pair of races that was. Like, both of them were extremely close. First one was just a couple of stages apart in the end, and then wow, this one is a lot of stuff to unpack in Seed 2, I think. But how did you feel overall about the two races?
The first one was pretty short, pretty fast. Second one was it seemed like complete opposite to me. It was just a complete mess as far as the maps went. I don't know what happened exactly.
Yeah, that World 7 was definitely very tough.
Yeah, it's big on hammering, but I only had one, and I kind of wanted to save it, but so I beat that level and found out there's more to beat, and I'm like, I'll just hammer this to see where it goes, and it just spiraled from there.
Yeah, so both of you were basically there at the same sort of time. Buzz went for the hammer straight away, and then also committed to the one fort that he found first at the top. So that obviously created quite a bit of advantage that wasn't quite possible to catch up. The other bit was in World 2 because you used two hammers to get through one of, I think it was World 6 that you ended up using two hammers to go through. World 2 came up straight afterwards with a pipe that, one hammer gets you to the end of the world.
Right.
That obviously was not quite the way that you'd want it to go after just burning two hammers in the previous world, using them all up and going, man, I could have saved that for this now. Yeah.
Yeah, my mind was on that. On the pipes in World 6 right there, seeing that one went straight to the end, and then finding out you need a bridge to build too. So
yeah, at least that bridge was right next to the end. That was
definitely
because we were looking at it going, well, from the pipe that Buzz went into, we had to do a couple of stages to get up. But if it turned out that the other fort was acquired, well, you only had to go one, back towards that pipe again, and it was just one stage away. So it wouldn't have been as bad for Buzz. I guess you'd have had to have done a little bit more looping around for that yourself. But luckily, it didn't have to happen. But yeah, it's just thinking about the way that the hammers and stuff worked out here. I think there was one in the end card, right?
Yeah, the one up, I believe.
Yeah, it was one of those because there was only a single one that came out.
I was thinking it was one hammer, one cloud in that second match, but I wasn't 100% sure.
That sounds about right. Yeah, but still, even despite that, like, Buzz finishes this group 5-1, which is awesome. You're 3-1 right now, right?
1-1 right now. This is my first match.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. I thought you'd done one yesterday as well. I'm sorry. There's been a lot of games going on these last couple of days. So
yeah, I still need to schedule my other matches, but looking forward to those for sure.
That's fine. Got plenty of opportunities to get through.
I just don't want another second match like this. The maps were just so to get through, and just burning hammers and finding out there's more mess to shuffle through. It's just it doesn't give you a good feeling after that.
No, it's understandable. You want your resources to count towards like your final progression for the world, and yeah, it's totally understandable that when it doesn't happen, it's frustrating to say the least. But still, you played fantastic for everyone today. I've thoroughly enjoyed watching both of these races. So yeah, thank you very much for that, and good luck for the rest of your games. Anything else you want to point out for this one?
Just thank you to SpeedGaming for hosting, and you for commentary last minute. Appreciate it. Yeah, looking forward to the next ones.
All right.
Then he has some work to do.
Yeah, for sure. But if anyone can do it, it'll be the winner from last year, right? So I'm pretty sure you'll be fine. That's yeah, looking forward to it, man.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, so we have got a lot of games on today. Actually, it's let's see. We are the 31st. We have got 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Isapickle versus Game Peak Stream. Tapatio J is going to be on commentary for that. Definitely don't want to miss that. Fantastic race. 2 hours later than that, the Classic 188 versus Yo BGS. Again, another fantastic race coming up with that. Haxel will be your commentator for that one. And then at 10 p.m., so 2 hours again after that, we have a doubleheader of Paradox 64 versus Oropsilis and Human Mustard versus Dust Minion. Paradox incidentally won the last weekly before we kicked off this tournament in the first place, so that should be really good. You've got Cass and Imp Extreme doing your commentary for that one. And then there's a couple of races for the next few days as well, but I'm sure we'll get more of those up as we go. So, thank you very much for watching, everyone. Hopefully you have enjoyed this fantastic series between these two. Absolutely wonderful play. Both of them really did play amazing stuff here. Yeah, BuzzThunder's 5-1 comfortably through to the bracket stage. You'll be seeing more of him later as we get into that at the start of March. And yeah, until next time, everyone, have a good day.